Galaxy S21, Samsung's entry-level flagship device, if that makes any sense. Entry-level flagship, those usually don't go together. This guy's been out for 6 months now at the time of recording. So, how does this thing hold up 6 months later? And should you buy one with the impending foldables coming in a couple weeks? Let's find out. So quick disclaimer, I've only had this for 3 months, not 6, but I feel like my experience with it in 3 months I've had it can easily be extrapolated to 6 months, 9 months, further beyond. So let's start with a quick crash course of the specs on this thing. Screen is a 6.2 inch 1080p, so 2400 by 1080 OLED, 120 hertz. It is gorgeous, making this guy look kind of sad with 60 hertz. OLED lends itself to having an always-on display. Love this. Just a quick glance tells me everything I need to know. And going off of the always-on display, the fingerprint reader is the ultrasonic one. I think this might be the 2nd generation of it. I don't know how much they tweaked it between the S10, S20, and here the S21. Still pretty fast. Not as fast as Touch ID 2, but hey, it's a little different. You gotta shoot through a screen. But it's nice and snappy, and it's in a very natural position, kind of about maybe a quarter of the way up the screen, and it just feels natural. It's just kind of where my thumb naturally goes to, so I like that. Hurry up on that one, Apple. The back of this model is, I'm not gonna call it what they call it because it's a stupid term, but it's made of plastic. And I don't really care, you know? Like some people are like, oh, well, it's $800, $900,000 phone and it's made of plastic. What the hell are you doing? But for the month or so that I used this without my skin on it, I didn't care. It wasn't jarringly plastic, you know, like I couldn't immediately tell like, this is cheaper. And staying on the back, when you turn on the flashlight, it kind of illuminates around the edge of the plastic. I don't think that's an intended feature, but I like it. It looks pretty cool. The cameras. Now, I'm not much of a photos guy. I very clearly do video more than photos, but 64 megapixels is crispy. Like it's not the most we've seen in a phone. It's nowhere near the 108 of the S21 Ultra or some of the other Android phones we've seen in the past year or so. It is really clean. And even if you just take regular shots, like you don't specify to take it in 64 megapixel, it's still taking that 64 megapixel and downsizing it to whatever you set it to. So if you take a 16 megapixel photo, it's taking that 64 and it's squishing it down to 16. So you're gonna get even sharper. You're probably gonna get some of the sharpest, cleanest looking 16 megapixel shots that you can take with a phone at the moment. Again, I'm not really a photo guy, but 64 megapixels and then dual 12 megapixel telephoto and ultra wide. I mean, what more could you ask for? No, don't say more cameras because you know they're gonna throw in that stupid little 2 megapixel depth sensor or a 2 megapixel macro. I'm still talking about you, Samsung. But yeah, filming with this thing, 4K 60, 1080 120, I think it does 1080 240 as well. 8K 24 is nice, but you probably can't view it on anything. And 24 FPS is a little slow, maybe. So I just shoot 1080 and 4K 60 when I do film with this, and it's pretty nice. It's got wireless charging, it's got 5G, which I can't use on my prepaid Verizon plan, but it is 5G capable. So if you live in that one city block in Chicago and that one dorm room in Providence, you can get gigabit speeds. So good on you for that, but for the rest of us, it works fine. My experience with this thing has been really nothing but good things. It feels nice, it's a decent size. You know, I'm coming from, you know, an iPhone 12 Pro, so it's about the same size, like a smidge taller, but no one really notices. It's nice and thin, the design it just feels good. I have yet to be able to pin down the Snapdragon 888. This thing tears through whatever I want and or need it to do. And I guess I just unlocked my iMac across the room. That's cool. Why are you on? I'm not using you. I haven't had any issues with RAM management or storage management. Games run beautifully on this thing, especially the ones that take advantage of 120 hertz. Pokemon Go, thank thank you. It's just overall a very compelling package if you're upgrading from something like an S10 or an S9 or even like an older iPhone even. If you're not married to the fact that it needs to be an iPhone, this might be something you want to take a look at. For now, software support seems good. You're at least gonna get Android 12. They've already announced that, so maybe Android 13, 14, 15, but it's a good future aware purchase. This isn't going to be one of those cheap Chinese phones that get a security patch after they launch and that's it. This is Samsung's bread and butter. They're going to try and keep it afloat for as long as possible. So if you're looking at one of these, should you get one? Well, I have one question for you. Do you like fold? Do you like phone do the foldy? Because if so, I'd hold off for a couple weeks. I would at least want to see what the Z Fold 3 or Z Flip 3 looks like, and then I would make your decision on this. If you don't care about folding, don't care about any of that stuff, go for it. This has been in my pocket for a majority of the last 3 months. Like, I normally switch between 3 or 4 Android phones just depending on how I'm feeling that day. This has been in my pocket for probably like 90+% of my 3 months. So I kind of like it. I really do like it. However, going back to the foldy folds, might not be staying in my pocket for much longer. And be sure to come back and check this channel to see what I replace it with. Hint, hint, nudge, poke, wink. So, final words. S21. Entry-level S21, 128 gigs. I think it's, what, 8 gigs of RAM. No S21 Plus or Ultra. Just raw, vanilla S21. Excellent buy. I wholeheartedly recommend it if you're looking to step up to a current Android smartphone right now. However, if you are into folding phones, maybe hold off a week or two. I'm not saying don't buy this, but if you are interested in, again, folding devices, maybe at least see what's coming and then buy this. I've thoroughly enjoyed my time with this. This was fun. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, leave a comment down below with the phone that is currently in your pocket. I want to know, I want to see what other people like and what your preferences are. And I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.